What is wrong with my intro? Hello. Okay, so can't find my intro. That's okay. That is funny. Grand day, Royals, and welcome to Rock Truth Radio. I am your host, your amazing host, Mary SelenaKay, and we thank you for joining us as we rock truth or absolutely nothing at all. We live in a society today where truth before your very eyes is consistently questioned, altered to fit a person's ideology of God's original intent for the kingdom and for mankind. Guys, I have a co-host that I want to bring to the building to introduce none other than who you met last week, Mr. Brother CKnight in the building. Come on, King. What's going on?
What's happening? What's happening? Peace and blessings to all
Hey!
y'all. We here. We here.
We
I
here.
don't know
We I
what's up
said
with these cats, man. It's
I
something about
said
cats and cameras, dude. Cats and cameras, man.
I
But
can't.
yeah, we here, man. It's an honor to be here. I'm
Yeah,
blessed to
man.
just like be in the presence.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for inviting me on, and
Brother, this is
yeah,
such an honor. This is such an honor and a privilege to have you here. King, let me ask you a question. First and foremost, reintroduce yourself, who you are, everything that you do, not just with the awards, but then all that you are as far as being a barber and where you come from, X, Y, and Z. So everybody get an opportunity of who you are.
I mean, man, I'm born and raised Gary, Indiana. Uh, I left here at a young age, moved to California. I mean, moved to Atlanta. I was a diesel mechanic by trade. So I left here, one of his bigger, grander things, as the host always says. I
Yes.
left here young. Yeah, I left here young, man, and then I just got into just this journey, man. This
Yeah.
journey on life, man. Like I used to want to I thought I was supposed to be a mechanic, supposed to be a
Uh-huh.
diesel mechanic, and it really wasn't what I thought it was. I realized that when you work for money, you don't really understand what you missing out on. You feel me? So
Yeah.
anyway,
No.
long story short.
Go ahead.
Diesel mechanic, man. I always cut hair as a shorty, so I end up making it a professional gig. So
Uh-huh.
that's what I do now. Own a shop in Valparaiso, Indiana.
Okay.
Uppercut grooming, as you
Woo!
see on the sweater.
Woo! Woo!
And
We see you.
man of God, uh, I'm just here. I'm
Yeah, man.
speechless right now because I'm still like so amazed that we actually making this happen. God has just been working for real.
Yes,
He been
yes,
working,
he
man.
has. Yes, I mean, for you, honest, what? Why Rock Truth? Why Rock Truth Radio? Like, you could start anywhere. You could have joined anything. You could have done your own initially. Like, why Rock Truth Radio?
Man, so look, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it a Honda.
Let's do it.
We're
Do
gonna
it.
keep it
Do
a
it.
Honda.
Yeah.
So me and Mary did we were part of a fellowship, the Black Film Festival in Gary. We did a real
Woo!
they called it the real rundown. We went through a program of like learning how to be filmmakers, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So in that process, my thing is like this. You gotta pay attention to who God puts into your life and the things he puts around you.
Yeah.
And when I linked with you, we talked, and off jump, I just felt like it was something genuine, something real with
Yeah.
Mary. You know, who am I talking to? Do I say Mary or do I say with you? Like, okay,
No,
so anyway,
Mary is completely fine.
yeah.
Selena is completely
So
fine.
yeah, when I ran into Mary, man, it was an honor to meet a fellow woman in the faith
Yeah.
that had the same similar principles and values, biblical truths. You know, in this time and age, that means the most to me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do nothing with nobody. I had people that offer me to do podcasts,
Yeah.
and they'd be on there talking jive and talking about worldly mess and talking about flip flap and dip dap. And it's like, bro, I really don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Like, for real. I had a few people that offered me to come on to their things, man, but it just wasn't right. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to have any unfruitful works, you know?
Teach, brother. Teach.
Yeah. So you really showed me some things on and off the set, like
Yes, sir.
talking to you as a person, you
Yeah,
know,
man.
seeing who you are, seeing how you follow the truth
Yeah,
and
man.
rock truth. There's
Come on.
nothing else to say about it. On this rock,
Yes.
we still build,
Yes. Yes,
and that's
King.
why we here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then like, what you're in the making of doing currently, I don't know if you want to bust that little announcement out, but you're pretty much, like I said, it seems as if it's a brother podcast that's up and coming that you have to our actual platform. I love
Yeah.
the ideology. Are you ready to reveal it, or you want to wait, keep it under wraps a little bit longer?
I mean, like you told me that time. I remember you told me that time when I gave you that video for
What?
Fred,
What?
Chairman Fred, and you was like, how did you say it? I was like, timing. I can't remember what you said. You said, how did you say that? You said
What?
something about, I was like, I don't know if it's the right time. And you
Uh,
said something.
what?
You
Everything
said
is
something.
timely.
Nope. It was something like, I was
Mhm.
like, I don't know if it's ready, but you said sometimes things are like, ooh, we got to remember what you said. But anyway, it
Yes.
was like something powerful. It was like, I wasn't really up to par on my edits. And you was like, dude, don't worry about all that.
Ah,
Things happen for a reason. It was something you
it,
said. We're going to
it's
find.
perfect. It's perfect for God, definitely. You're
That's
perfect
what
for Him
you
right
said.
now. Yeah, because you are. You know,
Yep.
you don't really know whether or not you'll make it past this moment, but for God,
Yeah.
in this very moment, you're perfect for Him. That's
Yep.
enough. You know.
So
To-
long, so long story short, real quick.
yeah.
When Mary introduced me to this podcast, she was like, "Yo, King, you got to figure out what you want to do. What you
Yeah.
gonna get popping? What you gonna get cracking?" And I was like, "You know what, man? I might do something, maybe not." And I hit her back instantly. It's like I got it. It
Boom.
was like God just came and was like, "Here." So I decided I want to do a podcast because I have one already. It's a little off the top. It's
Hmm.
about barbershop conversations and combos. I
Yeah.
mean, clientele and combos is what I call it. But it ain't really. I'm always gonna stand on biblical principle, but
See?
I want a podcast that focuses and hones in on biblical principle
Yeah,
in a
man.
worldly environment. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
man.
let's talk about the Bible and talk about the statutes of that here in this
Yeah,
world that we live in. So I decided to name it uh, the Refused Stone,
brother.
which is, yeah, it's the refused stone. So basically in the Bible, Jesus said he's going to be the stone that the builder refused.
Come on.
That the things that we stand on, people really ain't gonna last to. But
Yeah,
we're
man.
gonna always have to stand alone and just be
Yeah.
that person. So the podcast is the refused stone.
Woo.
We're gonna try and jump it off maybe later this year, early 2026.
2026, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Like I said, it just seems like it's a complimentary piece to Rock Truth. And it takes it further, and I love that. And then just what you saying, the stone that the builder refused, that remind me of the Boondocks. You know what I mean? Like
I'm the stone that the
the
building
builder refused.
refused. Hey,
That's
look,
the
look.
okay.
I want to tell all the listeners something too. Listen, I know a lot of us like to be alone because I'm a loner, and we like to be in our own spaces and do our own thing. But God created us for camaraderie, and
Deep.
if it wasn't for me, I want y'all to hear this. This is like real. We always gonna be grand, and we always gonna be great regardless, right?
Yeah.
But He puts us around each other to
Yep.
be greater, to be grander. Because if
Teach.
I wouldn't have ran into Mary, I wouldn't have thought about this podcast that I was coming up with. Seriously. No, all jokes aside,
Yeah.
God was
No,
working through you to
I
speak
know.
to me. So when we're around each other, we need to understand that being around each other, that's why they call it the church. The church ain't the facility, the
Teach, bro.
building. The church is the camaraderie of the
Yep.
fellowship with the brothers and sisters.
Yes,
It
sir.
ain't just for you to go be around some people. It's for you to be around that love and that spirit that flows through a
Yes.
group. Because when you with that group and they all flowing through that, especially when y'all on that page of him,
Yeah.
he's gonna bring
Woo.
things to you through other people.
Yeah,
That's
man.
how he talks. Sometimes he can't talk through you
Yeah.
because you listen to your head and you in your head is taking over it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
when you're around other people, somebody might say something like, "Man, you know what? You look like you should do a music video." You
Yep.
like what? And that's God talking. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Ken, you are hitting the nail. Listen, man, brother. No, seriously. Like it's the truth. And the reason why, like, I'm so grateful as well to have you here, like a like mind. You know what I mean? And then you talk about a community. Man, we have two amazing authors in our community. Shout out to Miss Gina Gatson with the Distinguished Authors Guild. She has been doing this. Man, I met her about 5 years ago, back when we first started Rock Truth. I had the opportunity just to also be a part of the group of readers for the this Authors Guild, and just to see how far she has taken this, how far it has grown to where it is. Let me give you guys a little bit of history with the Distinguished Authors Guild. Okay, so the D.A.G, which is what she calls it, the Distinguished Authors Guild, was developed in 2020 to honor the past and award the future. They pay homage to authors who have paved the way in literacy, while celebrating those in search of excellence. So this year, D.A.G will be hosting its sixth annual literary award show, an event that celebrates the best in literature, and honors the authors who have made significant contributions to the field. The event will feature a champagne gala, come on now, entertainment, and a ceremony to present the awards. And you guys can also join them. It's November 7th. We'll be also in the building celebrating these amazing authors. But I got two of them in the building today. And let's go ahead and bring at least one of them to the forefront. Let's bring in Miss Rachell. Miss Rachell, are you ready to grow? I think you're on mute, Queen. Here we go.
Okay. Oh, there
Yes.
it is. There it is. How's you doing?
Absolutely amazing. How are you?
Awesome.
Grand to have you here, Queen. First and foremost,
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's an honor. It's an honor, especially another author in the building. If you could first and foremost tell us about yourself, Miss Rachell.
I'll give the quickest version possible because I'm just that person. As she said, my name is Rachel L. Gary. I'm a leadership coach that happens to be a two award nominated books. One is called Forged in Fire, and the other is called Hashtag Poverty to Six Figures. I run a coaching business where I speak to aspiring leaders to identify their gifts to bring in profits. That's
Woo!
and I'm a firm believer about being a CEO, as my shirt says, and the CEO is about being clear in your actions, empowered by your choices, and owning your direction to
My
be the
Lord.
CEO of your life.
Woo! Queen. I am absolutely blown away. CKnight, you look like you got something to say.
No, I'm
And
I'm still trying to hear
Me
more.
too.
I want to say
I'm processing. I'm processing. You came with power, like real smoke in the room. How did you get involved in the D.A.G Awards?
several things. Gina, and just the process itself. I am also an ambassador, and being an ambassador is probably the thing that I take most serious about being a part of DAG.
Yeah,
Not my books. It's about collaboration. It's
yeah,
about supporting. It's about speaking to other individuals, speaking on other individuals, and pulling them out of wherever they are to knowing that they are great. We are great. When we made the decision to write these books and bare our souls for other individuals to find success, I take pleasure in highlighting other individuals
yeah.
because just like yourself, I'm also a radio host.
Woo!
So I'm a radio host on my radio Chicago,
Come
where we celebrate authors all year round.
Yeah,
I'm so I met Gina through a good friend, Greg Gray, who was her partner on crime on Dope Living TV,
yeah.
their daily show.
That's okay.
Um, yeah, so I do a piece on their show called CEO Nuggets, and and all of that all plays into helping individuals find success. So
Yeah,
that meeting Gina, hearing her vision, and about celebrating one more time. We're celebrating
yes,
excellence on
yes.
November 7th. So
Yes.
that is the most important piece of all of this.
Yes. Oh my God, Queen. Again, you are just on fire. Shout out to my radio Chicago. I very, very much so have a few affiliates over there just right after this show at 7 p.m. It's Shop Talk 7, guys. You guys want to tune in to that show.
Absolutely.
The most amazing shows there. Shout out to Shop Blizz in the building, Blizzy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
My radio show.
He is an awesome mentor. The
Yes.
reason why I chose my radio Chicago is because of his mentorship. Because
Woo!
I mean I was new to radio. I was new to radio. So last February he said come on over here. It was like, it's like, okay, you got to show me everything.
Yeah,
But one thing I will say about Bashad Bliss, he is a person who wants to see you win, and is willing to help. And there are
yeah,
not many people out there that want to help, and I appreciate that in him.
yes. Extremely humble king. He really is. He is there to help any.
Yes,
No ego. You know what I mean? I love that
not
about.
at all.
Yes. So, did you always know that you wanted to be an author?
So that's a great question. So
Yeah.
I used to write poetry. So people who know me, they know me as Legend. That's my nickname. Has been my name since I was like 13. And I was a poet. On the Chicago scenes, I've won a couple of awards for poetry. A lot of people don't even know that. So I've been writing since I was like 8. I've been writing. I wrote poetry. I'll tell you what kind of poetry. It was very erotic poetry,
Okay.
but but it just was. It just was. It was where I was at that point in time in my life.
Yeah.
Um, so I've been writing for a long time.
Yeah.
I started when I decided to write a book was because I wanted to bring individual. I want to help people be empowered. So Forged in Fire it tells a story about my life, but tells it from a point of empowerment.
Yeah.
Because guys, we go through things,
Yeah.
but it's understanding that we are 100% survivors of yesterday.
Teach.
We're 100% survivors. So if we're 100% survivors of yesterday, that means there's power in us making it through. So I make sure to highlight in that book. Each chapter has a moment of empowerment to remind people that you have gone through these things. It's
Yeah.
time to step into who you are and become who God made for you to be.
My Lord. CKnight, go
So
ahead. You up next.
That's just powerful, man. Just hearing that, just
Yeah.
thinking about just some people have a way of pleasure meeting you, sister, by the way. Uh
you as well, Mr. Knight.
some people have a way of when they speak,
Yeah.
you sometimes just get silent and you only can just hear. You know what
That's
I'm
it.
saying? So
Yes.
I'm sitting here listening. You sound like you ready. You radio ready, definitely. You got that power. You got that flow. For real, she got that power.
Yeah.
But you said two things. One thing that's so important to me that me and Mary talk about often is, and man, when you said that, it'd be like the little things that you hear that have such an impactful meaning. When you said it's not too many people out here that want to see you win, and not too many people out here that want to help you. That's what took that. Go back to the question that Mary asked. What made me want to get with her on the podcast demo is because it ain't too many people that put themselves to the side
Man King.
so that they can bring you to the front so that y'all come together as one, or you propel that one person forward, you step back a little bit. Like, it ain't about you.
Teach
If
King.
you win, we
Absolutely.
win. It's a collective. You understand? That's why if we all pull from the same spirit,
Yeah.
then we're all winning. If you win, I
Yes,
win.
sir.
Yep.
But for some reason out here in this world, everybody they wondering why we're not succeeding, especially within our culture, is because everybody want to be in the forefront and they
Yes.
want to take lead and they wonder why they fall on their face. So I
Hmm.
love that you have people around you that are encouraging you to go forward and encouraging you to be the best that you can be because people don't want that, and I
Oh,
love to hear that about you. And
absolutely.
then two, I love to hear your passion in your
Yeah.
voice that
Yes.
you're eager. You're all I can just tell. I don't even know you like that. But I can already tell that you're passionate. You can
Yes.
hear passion in people's voice. And
Yes.
the passion is what's the key. And that's what's gonna propel you forward. And I wish you well.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And no, 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 no. See, Knight, I'm gonna tell you, it's a little bit about what you said a few moments ago about the collaboration piece and working with individuals and not being by yourself. So I have a program that's called the CEO Mastermind.
Yes.
Because I'm also a partner in the BAC Media Network that's on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, and Android TV. I have my own show, and it's called the CEO Mastermind. And in that show, I take 10 individuals, their businesses. I put their business through a 20-question survey, and I give them a plan to be profitable. What we do in that 10 weeks is I highlight their business, not only on the TV, also on the radio, also on other podcasts, to bring to light that individuals can find success together, because iron sharpens iron.
Teach.
So when you said, C Night, about when you're having a conversation with somebody, I had a conversation earlier today, and the gentleman, he was doing screenshots, and I said, you can share your screen. He said, "Oh my God, I didn't even think about that." But it goes to sometimes when you're by yourself in isolation, you only have you. When you have other individuals around you that want your success, let's say that one more time, that wants your success, they will help you, remind you of things that will help you find success. Because I tell people, I'm not a coach who tells you what to do. I just remind you of who you want to be.
Teach, Queen.
Wow.
Teach. Jesus Christ, you are on fire. Do you hear me? I don't like it's like gems that you're dropping like everywhere. You're spilling it everywhere. It's not little bitty tidbits that you just leaving somebody with. No, you're spilling it all out, and I love it. And I love it, and I love the free flow of it. But before we get out of here with you and move on, is it anything that we missed? I know we hit that podcast. I know we hit those books. Is it anything about you and the radio station? Is it anything else that we missed regarding
I would
you?
say this: the biggest thing is success is key. And the key point to success is surrounding yourself with people who are looking to help you be successful, who you want success for as well. Your circle is not about your network in the sense of the net worth, but it's also about your ability to be stable in situations. Sometimes another individual's conversation will remind you of that you can still be great, even in your darkest time. So surround yourself with positive individuals. And if and I say this, just like right here on Rock True, I'm gonna tell you, when I heard the name, I was like, okay, I'm in. Because
Come on.
I don't share my energy everywhere.
Yeah,
And it goes to, because sometimes you'll share your energy in a room that will be an energy vampire. You have to understand and have discernment of who you socialize with. And
yeah,
I think that's what Steve Knight found when he met with you, Mary. That he was like, yeah, that's what I see. That's what I feel.
yeah.
Because I'm gonna be honest, when you came into the room, even though you were doing things, you still took a time and had an opportunity to say, "Hey, it's okay. We're doing this. We're doing that." And you had a lot going on,
Yeah.
but you were so intentional about the way you were speaking. So I appreciate
My,
how you came into the green room, guys. Hey, it's about showing up who you are every time.
Yep.
When people are not watching, is your integrity, not when people are.
woo,
So I'm gonna tell you, your integrity came through in the green room.
my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Oh my God. I love me some you. But first of all, where your show? Your show. How can we watch it? Like what time do you come
Okay,
on? All of that stuff.
so as far as I'll go through the rundown. On Wednesdays, 3 to 5 p.m., I am on My Radio Chicago, which is also streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. On Thursdays, I am on Dope Living TV, which is also streaming live. Sorry, 7:30 p.m. That's also streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. And lastly, CEO Mastermind. If you are looking for coaching, development, understanding, hearing individual success, and finding your success, grab my book, Hashtag Poverty to Six Figures, and go to BHC Media app. Download it right now and go ahead and look through the journey. Read your book, associate with the plan, because how you find success is getting a plan and a how to, so you can get success in your life. You can find me everywhere by going to any social media platform. Rachel L. Gary is how you get in touch with me. You want my book? Go to www.sayiampossible.com, because the impossible doesn't exist. The word says I'm possible.
Oh my God. She is amazing.
Man,
CKnight, you got
I don't
anything to
even
go?
know. Sheesh, I'm trying to talk about the book, but I want to talk about life.
We gotta bring you back. We have to bring you back. Aside from this, it's ironic. I've been trying to figure out who I was supposed to put in this slot in November 25th, and I'm like, who is it? Who is it? Hey, I think it's been reserved for you. I think it's been
Mary,
reserved for you. I got it. We got to bring you back and talk life.
Mary,
Yes.
real quick. I want to
Yeah.
ask my sister
Yeah.
real
Please.
quick if you could give me a real quick, like, what inspired you to write? Like, what like you know what I'm saying? Like what inspired you to get into that? Like I think Mary asked you earlier, but I want to know what inspired you to do the collection that you have, like your most current like book that you have. What inspires you? Like what like how does that come? Where does that creative decision come from? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what
Yeah.
told you to do that?
Mm.
The
What
fact that
drove
I
you
wanted
to
to,
do that?
Oh.
the book's name is hashtag poverty to six figures, breaking the chains to gain. And it's really what inspires me is that I want to help other individuals find success. So I utilize my talents as I've been in operations leadership for 25 years. So I utilize those talents, that conversation, those things to inside of the book. The book, I want to tell you guys all, the book is not a read, it's an action plan.
Mm.
So after every single chapter, there is action. There's
I
five
like that.
pages of reading, 4 pages of action. Because as adults, we learn with quick action, not long drawn out processes. The book is 88 pages. But if you want to know if it really changes people's lives, watch CEO Mastermind. And the season finale is coming up next week. And the next week's finale, you'll hear the totals of what people made in 10 weeks in a plan and action that they took with a mentor that is just there to remind them of who they are.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow.
You know one thing I just heard through all of that too, that's interesting, is because a lot of people they pursue things for money, right?
Yep.
And what people don't understand is even with your book, if you do achieve your six figures, that's one thing. But like, watch this. I'll give you an example because it's I'm a coach. I teach kids how to box. So some of them ain't gonna make it to the pros. So like, say if I wrote a book like from poverty to being a professional boxer, right? He may not make it to being a pro, but in that journey, you
Mm.
learn so much. You
Yes.
learn to eat right, you learn to exercise right, you
Okay.
learn you learn confidence, you learn to hold your head up strong. So I can just see with this book that it guides people not just to make money. I can tell that it's guide people to have a better lifestyle.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like, you
Absolutely.
understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
When you
sir.
people think I got a lot of clients that's affluent, got money, and one thing I notice about them, you rarely see their money. You
Mhm.
see their confidence. You see the way that they have compassion, the way that they share, the way that they willing to give,
Yeah.
and that I can hear in this book. It'll guide you into that lifestyle too. So that's all I just want to say.
Absolutely.
People be
Uh,
thinking money, money. It ain't always about the money.
you know
It's
what?
the process.
See, Knight, I totally agree with you on that part because money isn't why I wrote the book. I wrote the book because I wanted people to find success. In
Yeah.
the book, the first chapter is about the 4 pillars of self esteem, self care, self awareness, and building and having self discipline. So the book itself is about having a foundation for growth. Remember what I said the CEO stands for being clear in your actions, empowered by your choices, and owning your direction.
Teach. Ooh.
So that's what the book is all about. It's about bringing the best version of you to life.
Yep. Yep. And you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. Like,
And
you
the
know,
25th, I accept that invitation.
yes,
Send it to me.
absolutely, I will because we have an amazing queen waiting in the background. I hate to
Yes.
cut this, but we have one, and I'm with you on that. Like, if anything that I haven't learned in this journey of
Beautiful. Thank you.
discovering me, mastering singleness, is that I need to be whole, one, and complete. I need to be the grander version, the prescribed version, the manufactured version that God had in mind before the foundation of this world. I need to represent that person every time, whether the storm, whether this or whether that. It doesn't
Yes,
matter.
ma'am.
You know what I mean? And not be sidetracked by the winds and the waves because they're just unhealthy attractions. They're distracting me. I should
Yes,
be
ma'am.
a little bit more I've been here about 43 years. We should be over it by now. Okay? And so hey, you know, life happens to all of us. I love what Martin said. No one is immune to the trials and tribulations of life. Nobody. Up and down this scale. So it's kind of like, all right, find the balance there, guys. And B,
Yes, ma'am.
I have a plant a friend gave me. She said you should always have something living in your home. And so it's an aloe vera plant that I call Live. And every AM I bring Live because she has to be in sun in light, in direct light. So I bring her to the window and I'm talking to her as I'm growing through her different bristles or leaves or whatever you want to call it. And I'm telling her the sun is coming In the meantime, be exactly who you are here to be. Heal, grow, love, live, rock truth. And I walk out my door because it's also a reminder to myself, be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Queen, we got to get
That
up.
more that morning affirmation, that morning affirmation. Love that, love that. I
Yes,
cannot wait to have a conversation further on November 25th. Please
yes,
send the information to
I
me
will.
so I can put it on my calendar. I don't want to
Yes, ma'am.
miss it.
Yes, ma'am. And thank you so much for
You
rocking
you
truth.
guys have been amazing. You've got both have been amazing
Thank you, Queen. Have an amazing day.
on
Thank you so much.
purpose.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Bless. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, King. That was just okay.
I feel like, man, I almost want to go through and have you edit this, man, because my doggone the way I'm looking, I'm
Yeah.
sitting there looking around because she dropping so much stuff and it's making me think. Like I'm like, man,
Cause your eyeballs are coming like out of your face.
yeah, that's
Love it.
powerful.
It is though,
Love it.
because for me, like out my forehead to start like caving in a little bit, like because I'm thinking, I'm processing all of this stuff that she's given us, and it's so much in such a little time. She reminds me of myself. Every word, everything is strategic and with a
Yep.
purpose and a point. And it's not about what I meant to say; it's about what I said. She is on purpose. She's intentful. I love it. I can't wait till the 25th. But now,
Yeah, man.
now we have another queen that's gonna grace our precincts, none other than Miss LaTanya Woodson. Come on in here, queen. Come on
Let's
in
go.
here. Woo!
I'm in here.
Hey!
Hi. Oh my goodness. I was listening. Oh my goodness. That was so empowering.
Like, oh my
Oh
God.
gosh.
What part of that, before we just introduce you, what part was intriguing for you?
Everything,
Uh,
just empowering other women,
yeah,
you know? And that's pretty much, what my platform is, just empowering other women,
yeah,
sisterhood. And because so many times women that have achieved
yeah.
and that have made the journey and they're successful, they want to hold that information back.
Teach,
Yeah.
teach, teach.
Okay. But I love it when other women, especially sisters, Black women, you see so many of us that have achieved, that have, and some of us want to say, well, you got to go through what I went through.
Yeah.
Why?
Ah,
Why?
that was the whole purpose of you going down there. The whole purpose, no, seriously, the whole purpose of you going down there and finding out that it's a ditch is to come back and tell me.
Tell me. Right. Why you want me to fall in there?
You was the fall, so I can be like, I get it. Okay, so yeah, no, I see all the leaves and stuff on you. Look rather dirty. I believe you. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
why? You know,
So yeah,
Queen,
I
please introduce yourself to us. Ah,
and first of all, thank you so much for allowing me to be on this
yes, ma'am.
platform.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just excited. And I'm LaTanya Rachell Woodson.
Woo!
I was born and raised in Gary, Indiana, as well.
Ah,
All of my family is from Tennessee. I was the only one that was born here,
yeah.
and I'm the youngest. Both my parents have gone on to be with the Lord,
Okay.
and I miss them so much. But I'm married. I have children and grandchildren, and I'm a living witness and a testimony that God, He's real. He's powerful.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. How did you get involved with the DAG Awards?
So I never thought that I would be an author. It's
Wow.
just kind of something that happened.
Wow.
So, during the 2020, when we were going through, quarantine and COVID and all that, I was going through a lot of personal problems myself, just like everyone else.
Yeah, yeah.
But you always think that you're the only one that's going through something.
Teach, sis.
And you're not. You just said that not too long ago. Everyone has a journey. And during that time, I lost my job. I've always been in healthcare. And I've always served the community.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, as service, I'm the director of community health education at a behavioral health organization in the city. And I design programs to teach people, just a self care about mental health, addressing the stigma around mental health
Yeah.
and just nutrition and just taking care of yourself to be
Yes.
a better person.
Yes, ma'am.
So during that time, I felt that I needed um, counseling. I wanted spiritual counseling. And if you can remember, everybody was breaking down, everyone was going through something.
Yeah.
So when I was trying to reach out, I was reaching out throughout the area that I lived at, the surrounding cities. I even went into the Illinois area. There was a 3 to 6 month waiting list, which told me,
Wow.
which told me you're not the only one that's going through something. And many times when we're going through something, especially when it's affecting our mental and emotional health, we don't want to share that information,
Yeah.
especially when people see us as strong individuals, as a strong, and especially as Black women, we have been taught to be stoic. We
Yep.
have been taught that we can't break down because
Yep.
we got to keep going.
Yep.
So, it was a 3 to 6 month wait, and I said, "Okay, Lord, what do you want me to do?" And He said, "Right."
Mm.
And that's where Learn, Release, Walk was launched. It's my name, LaTanya Rachell Woodson.
Wow.
Wow.
And I took the book is in session. So when I was first introduced to DAG, and after I had finished, someone said, "You need to, submit your book." And I'm like, "Okay." And they recognized a Learn, Release, Walk in the inspirational category, and that's when things just took off. So
Mm.
you're right. You can't be by yourself. You may see things one way, but when you're introduced to someone else or someone else is brought into the picture, don't you know how much DAG and Miss Gina and Dr. Carolyn Stevens and that whole team, what they have it poured into me.
Yeah.
I basically things that I never would have. When I first went off to college, I eventually got my bachelor's in organization management and my master's in healthcare administration, healthcare. But my desire was to be in journalism and to have my own talk show.
Wow.
So you don't know what an inspiration you are
Oh,
to
wow.
me,
Oh, wow.
because that has been my dream. When I would look at talk shows, I wouldn't look at it, to get the gossip or to
Yeah.
see who
Yeah.
was trashing someone. I would look at it to see the interaction.
Yeah.
What was the questions being asked?
Yeah.
How, what perspective they was coming from? What did I need to do? How did I need to, prepare myself? Okay. So that never happened for me, professionally. But
Yeah.
now look, I'm here with you.
Yeah.
I'm here with you.
Yeah.
And so after Learn, Release, Walk was launched and it was recognized, I thought that was going to be it. Well, I'm in my second year of DAG and I have written children's books. Now I wanted to create a legacy for my grandchildren. So
Yeah.
I started writing children's books. And the children's book is called What's Up Romeo? WHAZ. What's Up Romeo? And What's Up Romeo is a series of children's books that teaches children essential skills of life.
Yeah.
So the first book is What's Up Romeo? Saying no to strangers. What's up, Romeo? My friend is different. So what? What's up, Romeo? I'm sad. Let's talk about it. So
Wow.
it talks about safety. It talks about diversity. It talks about inclusion. It talks about self-respect and an empowerment. It talks about mental health because at a young age, we need to start talking to our children
Yes.
about mental health and emotional management.
Yes.
Right now, you are hearing about so many teenagers that is committing suicide.
Yep.
I was in church not too long ago, and the pastor was had altar call, and he was having prayer, and he called up people, to pray about, people that was having health challenges or who was needing prayer, for this and that. And there was a few people that came up, but when he asked for people to come up, if you were dealing with grief, if you were dealing with having a broken heart, depression, stress, trauma. Over half the church came up, and the majority was teenagers and children.
Wow.
I
Wow.
was like, wow,
Wow.
we are not normalizing this conversation.
Mm.
We have to save the next generation.
Absolutely, Queen. Absolutely. First and foremost, let me say this. I hope when you go back and you replay this, that you play it on your television, play it on YouTube, on your television, so you can see you. Because when you were talking about being a talk show host, that's how you look today. Like, I have you on my screen on my television here,
Really?
and the way that the
Can't
way that
see.
your setting and your background is with the chair and the whole look, you have that entire talk show look. And then just you inspire me just being an author, and the things that are within us, like you're talking about. I work in the mental health profession as well. I do supervised visits. I work at a counseling firm with DCS, and so like you're saying, you have no idea what's going on in your neighbor, just your neighbor's home alone. You know what I mean? And sometimes just in the door
Absolutely.
next door, just in your own house. There's so many things, and so you were hitting just so many, like, oh my God, you're just
Yeah.
queen.
And
Just
I always wanted to leave the area, and I
yeah,
did for a while,
yeah.
but God saw fit that I come back to
Amen.
the area. And this was truly the reason. It
Yeah,
was truly the reason because, see, some people can look at you and feel and
yeah.
think that you got it all together, and none of us really
Teach,
do.
teach, teach this.
They really
Teach.
don't.
No, you know
We
what the
may
thing.
pre-
Mhm. No,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
I'm no. I was gonna say the thing that hit me the most with the book, the learn, release, walk. Right. These are just imperative principles. I don't. Huh. These are imperative principles in the kingdom, because one thing about it is we're relearning everything that we thought we knew. That's first and foremost. Okay. And then on top of that, releasing, you gotta let it grow. You cannot bring
Yes.
anything of yesterday into the kingdom. It is a new culture. It is a new lifestyle. It is a new way to talk,
Yeah.
walk, dress, everything. And anything outside of just your upright mind heart is considered spiritual contraband. So getting rid of those things now puts you in agreement and alignment with God, because how can two walk together if they don't agree? And so your whole
Amen.
about learning, releasing, now we can walk. That's impaired. That's letting grow, really letting grow of yesterday, really letting grow of those things that you thought, really letting grow of grudges with people, because that's what you're going to face them about, not about everything else that you think or you call a sin or a byproduct of sin, but you're going to have to face him about the morality, how you deal with your brother, how you love, how you be for your
Yes.
neighbor, and how
Yes.
quickly you release that or release that person.
Yes.
So oh my God, C Night, you got anything? Because Queens, they in here
Yeah,
right
I actually got a few. Pleasure to meet you, sister. How you feeling?
It's a pleasure to meet you as well.
So actually, I did something different with her. I actually got some notes. So one thing I heard, and it's interesting. It's a couple things I want to say. I think I'm trying to figure out which one I want to save for last. I think I'm gonna save the learn, release, walk for last.
do it.
So the first we'll start with a question. The question is, you said you used to like you inspired to do the talk show because you like to see the you said you like to see the interaction. Okay.
Yes.
So let me ask you this. If you created a talk show, and even when you were in the seat or on the couch watching the show, what did that do for you? Seeing the interactions, like what is that saying to you? Like when you're watching the interactions, like if you're watching like a show, and I used to like watching, what's his name? It's not Larry King. It's the other guy, David
Not
Letterman.
Jerry Springer. I'm joking.
No, David Letterman. David Letterman has a way of asking questions, and I like
Yeah.
seeing how the responses. Jerry Springer, another one, but David Letterman has a way of asking questions that makes you can't lie. You got to be so straightforward, and I love to see the people's response.
Yeah.
So, what would that do? What does that do for you when you? Because I noticed that you said nothing else about the makeup. You didn't care about the lighting. You didn't care about the outfits. You cared about the interaction. What does that mean to you?
Just when I was listening backstage, when I was in the green room with the interactions between the three of you a few moments ago, that was it was exciting for me. It just drew me in. It drew me in. Not only your energy, but just information, the knowledge, the transparency. And I think that's what a lot of what's going on now when we see different things, it's the transparency and it's the information. We're not getting enough of that.
Yeah.
um Something else is going on. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's everyone is trying to be a so-called celebrity, but the people need to be fed.
Teach, sis.
We need to be fed.
Teach, sis.
We don't it with everything that's going on around us. We have to be educated. We have to be aware. During the pandemic, a lot of us, we wasn't churches was closed. So a group of us went on Zoom, and we walked the Bible. We were, having Bible lessons on a daily basis for about 2, sometimes 3 hours.
Hmm.
And one of the books of the Bible that we studied was Revelations. And we studied Revelations, and when it was request because people tend to shy away from Revelation
Yeah.
because that it's a book of the future. It's a book that basically tells you how it's going to be, and some people don't want to accept that. But the first thing of acceptance is the knowing, the knowledge.
Yes.
And once you become knowledgeable about what's going on, now you're prepared, and nothing can nothing can, um, it won't come at you. It won't surprise you. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much how I view, when I see a talk show or be a part of a podcast, I just, again, look for the interaction and the information.
Yeah, man.
So the other thing that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's I could go on all day with that because that's powerful. Because it's. But let me go to the next one. 'Cause I know our time is running. So you said something about, and I internalize. Mary know me. When I hear things, it's almost like I'll hear it, and it's sitting inside my little factory, and it's being processed by my little workers, and they doing things with it. They dissecting it. So I thought of John 3:16 for those people that be saying, "Hey, you got to get your own. You got to figure out how to get it." Nah, man. For God so loved the world, He sent His Son so that you don't have to go through
Right.
those things.
Yeah.
And we're losing that mentality, and it made me wonder why. And I'm this huge advocate. I know people be like, "Oh, you and your conspiracies," but I'm a huge advocate that social media was a weapon. The reason I say that it was a weapon is because I noticed the way that people have changed. I grew up in the 90s. I'm an 80s baby. I grew up in the 90s. I was born in 82. And I remember we used to love, I remember young dudes that was like in our early teens, we used to love to sit around older people to hear the wisdom. Like we could sit around them all day and we would be quiet. We would listen in silence because we revered the wisdom.
Yeah.
Now I look at how when I be at I be at the gym and I try to talk to young kids. Oh yeah, I know, it's like you can't tell them nothing because they know so much because they have internet, they have social media, they have
Yeah.
feedback,
Yeah.
they have comment sections. Nothing can just be anything without somebody having some sort of rebuttal. So I think sometimes people may feel a way about, because I never really heard too much of this. You got to get your own type thing until I got older and started seeing things with this newer generation. Because I feel like people be trying to give people stuff and they don't want to take it because they like, oh. But bro, me and Mary was talking about this. Come on, it's too many Indians and not. I mean, it's too many chiefs and not enough
Yeah.
Indians.
Yeah.
If somebody's teaching you something, sit back, shut up. I
Yeah.
heard Farrakhan say that. Sit down, shut up, and just receive. I hate that he came so tough with it, but for real, it's like sit down and receive that this person went through something and receive that
Right.
because it may get you somewhere. That's why they went through it. You understand?
Yeah.
So I sometimes feel like I always want to help and give, but then I'll see how it's received by some people, and I'll be like, dude, I wasted my time. Like I used to be a personal trainer, and I stopped doing it because I was giving people my time and my energy, and people weren't really like receiving it. So then I started kind of developing that negative mentality. You know what, man? Figure it out on your own. Go get your own workout. Then come holler at me when you're ready. No, I say give everybody a chance
That's it.
because that's
Mm-hmm.
what God does for us. Give everybody a chance and see because somebody is going to appreciate it.
Yep.
The third thing was with the learn,
Absolutely.
release, walk. That's so powerful that you came up with that because I wrote down relationships, finances, fighting, and fishing. And I'm gonna tell you why I put those four. In fighting, you have to check this out. In fighting, so I have this theory that everything correlates because it's all created by him. So in fighting, you have to learn. You got to get your butt beat. And when you get your butt beat, you got to get over that. You got to release that. And then now you have to take the walk and go back through and use what you learned, use what you went through. When you're fishing, you have to learn what lures to use, what tricks to use. You catch that fish, you release it, you may keep it, but then you got to learn to walk because you got to go do it again. When you
Mm.
have a relationship, you
Mm.
learn that person. You learn about things. You go through things. You got to release that if y'all got into an argument, you got to release that. You learned from it, so you got to release that, and now you have to walk that walk of what you released and learned. All those, you know what I mean? Finances.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get your car repo. I've been through repossession. You get your car repo. You learn. You release that mug because that tow truck finna get it. They not
That's
finna
it.
release it. But then after that, you have to walk different.
Come on,
I
Ken.
haven't had a repossession after that because I had to walk different.
Yes, sir.
So this learn, release, walk is powerful. I just
My.
want to let you know that. So, amen.
And
God
I
is
want
God
to
is really
add,
using me.
I want to also add that I've been blessed. When I wrote the book, in the book, you can write in the book, you can journal. It
Oh,
has prayers, it has poems, it has inspirational. It has a lot. And when I met with a reading group, one of the groups that invited me, they said, I said, well, you know, you can write in the book. They said, we don't want to write in the book. I said, but that's what it's for. That's what those little lines on the pages are for you to write and then to write
yeah.
your own prayers and to date it and to go back and revisit. And they said, but we don't want to. We want a workbook.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said, but when God gives me something, he did it. I gave it all to you in this book. They said, no, we want a workbook.
Mm-hmm.
Within 2 weeks from now, Awake and Activate the Power Within Self-Development Workbook will be released.
Woo! Woo!
Wow.
It accompanies Learn, Release, Walk.
Come on, Queen. Come on now. Yes, yes. Because you know what, people, it's true. Like when you really value something, you don't want to damage it, right? So yeah, I have books where it's like I don't want to like touch it so they're absolutely right. You have some people that don't care; they're just writing in. But
Yeah.
there are other people that's like, nah, I want to put this on my mantle. This I can like work through. So it is that mentality. I totally get that, and I am so.
But
Oh my God! Congratulations.
but you know, I really have to be held accountable for
Okay.
that
Yeah.
because I believe a lot of it was also fear,
Talk
that
about
I
it.
was afraid to, to to follow my own directions to walk.
Woo!
Mhm.
But you walk while you still fragile. You still walk.
Mm, mm, mm,
And
mm,
that's what I had to do. And that's what
mm.
people are afraid. They're
Yes.
afraid because they're still in their mess, or
Yeah.
they're still dealing with whatever they're dealing with. They're still heartbroken. They're still grieving. They're still in their addiction. They're still doing whatever they're doing, but they're saying, but you know what? I'm not ready yet. But God is ready.
Teach, sis.
He uses. The, wasn't all the disciples messed up? Didn't
Come on
they?
now, every single one
but they
of them.
but then they was walking with him.
Yes, they
Gary,
did.
when you just said you was just saying that. You was just
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah.
it's ready for God's timing.
It is perfect for
You
his
was
time.
Yeah,
just talking about that.
Perfect. It is, and we admit
yeah.
that. We
And so
attempt to be
that's what I
perfect.
had to learn. I
Yeah.
had to learn that even though, I didn't have it all together and I didn't have all the pieces together, just just trust him. So
Yeah.
I had to do the work. I had to do the work. So when women, or who, the book targets women, but I suggest that men get it as well, because you have wives, you have mothers, you have daughters, you have aunties, sisters, you have women, and men need to know the makeup of a woman.
Come on.
They need to know our emotional
Yeah.
makeup.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I do suggest that men, and I have had many men that have young daughters to buy the book.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a journey for me as well.
Oh wow. Oh wow. King, do you got anything else
I
before we
mean, just on a
share?
closing note, man, I always say what it's so funny how God, I'm telling you, I know it. When I, if you would have thought I would have, if you would have told me I'd be talking like this when I was, man, 20 years ago about God, and I used to look at people, God, 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 but now I understand why,
Yeah.
bro. We were talking just now, and two guests had two things in common, and they were talking about the timing, they were talking about the interaction, because even she said something about the interaction with the talk show, but our previous guest said something about it was something with interacting and dealing with people. But the point I'm making is this: it's so important to deal with each other and to understand is the we are the church type mentality. And once you understand that we all are from one body, one spirit, because if you have the Holy Spirit in you, I have it in me. It ain't no separate Holy Spirit. It's all one power. It's all one. You know what I'm saying? One thing. So watch this. When you get around other people, those interactions, man, they pull things out of you. They make you not
Yeah.
be fearful. They make you think about things that you never thought about before. Somebody can ask you a question. This has happened to me, and I know it's happened to y'all. Somebody can ask you a question that'll change the whole trajectory of your thought process. And if that person wouldn't have asked you that question, you probably wouldn't be thinking how you think today. And that's the power of being around each other and interacting. That's why I was emphasizing on that explain and expound with this interaction thing, because it's powerful. And we got to start understanding we ain't supposed to be closed up, sitting in no hole in no closet. Sometimes you have to have that to guard yourself so that you can prepare. But that ain't how God intended us to deal with each other.
Teach.
And we need
Teach.
to interact. Yeah. So keep on with that. Keep on seeking that and keep empowering that interaction, man. Push it forward and encourage that, because we're so. Have you ever been somewhere like this? Happens to me a lot. I'll be somewhere and I'll see a young kid and they quiet and I really don't want to talk to them because these are young kids, crazy. They might shoot you. I don't know. So I'll be talking. I'll look at him and I'll say something, and he'll say something back, and then we engage in a conversation. And now I look at that young man completely different because now I've learned about him. Now he
Hmm.
looks at me different. He sees me. Hey, Mr. Knight, how you doing? What if I would have never interacted with him? I wouldn't have had that pulled out of me, and he wouldn't have had that pulled out of him.
Yep.
We're here for that. We need that. So yes, I love that.
Queen,
Absolutely.
where can we find you? Where can we purchase your books?
So I do have a website, learnreleasewalk.com. You can also find my books on Amazon. I co-authored a couple of books as well, Sacred Seeds of Wisdom and Celebration of My Womanhood, Me, Myself, and I. And as I indicated, Awake and Activate, The Power Within will be published in another week or two. So I'm finalizing some things with my publisher. And you can connect with me through social media as well.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, I'll let you know that initially I was not. I had a plan, a whole plan of not doing shows in December. I'm like, let's prepare for the new year, but I can't. I would be remiss not to bring you back and just to talk with you about mental health, the importance of mental health, the importance of speaking to our children, trading down more than
Yeah.
recipes, but the right idea, the upright idea,
Hmm.
because that's the one thing that they can never take from your children is the upright idea. They could take the houses, clothes, the cars, everything. The world could take it. It could burn up. It can grow. But what they can't take is the proper up mind, right heart and mind. And so speaking about that and the messages that are necessary, especially for our youth in times where they feel like they can't grow on. We have to teach them the right response as opposed to reacting to situations, and providing them with his word of truth that carries not only us through, but also them. There's no age requirement on this. You don't know when
Amen.
body is going to be out of here. And just knowing, like King was talking about, sharing everything that God has given us. First and foremost, the results are not on us. So we don't have to worry about whether or not anything is going to grow out of what it is that we do. Our job is either to water or to plant, but it is God that's going to give that increase. And so fret not about anything. Just give and
Yeah.
serve the God in people. Get past the exterior and serve the God that's in that person, whether you believe they're good or not. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's a mirror for yourself because you're also looking at you who's also not good and at the same time God. So, I got to bring you back. I'm looking definitely at December 9th. I'll send more information
Yes.
for you, Queen.
I would love to, and thank you so much, Queen.
Thank you.
You don't know. I truly am appreciative. This is an awesome blessing. Thank you so much.
You. All right, King, do you have anything before we get up out of here?
No, man, just spread love, man. Interact. That's gonna be a word. That's something I'm gonna take away today is interact, man.
Yeah.
Interact with each other. You never know who you may impact. You never know what somebody may need to hear. You never know how you could touch somebody. You being shelled up and you being closed off,
Yeah.
that's only helping you, and that's selfish. So yeah, interact.
Yeah. Yeah. So you know what? I'll leave. And we asked for those skeletal remains, and so today I'll leave with B. Show up no matter what it is you got going on and be, and people will see your light. I'm listening to everybody here and speaking about who I am, and I could show up, afraid, like she said, like I used to, fearing
Yeah.
myself, fearing who I man, who I truly am and who I've been manufactured to be, man, I've been running from that person forever. And I finally got the opportunity where God has, even through the documentary that we did with A Voice for Lizelle, and my client, she was recalled at 1 years old. 1 years old, and she reminded me of myself, so much of
Hmm.
myself. And it's like, okay, that time frame, even though it was 1 year on our scale, it was again perfect for God. But all that she accomplished in that time frame, she was still driven. She still had goals. She still had dreams. She still woke up every day with a plan. And it's like, you know what? With the time that I have here, screw all that. Screw the fears. All that stuff got to go out the window. I am showing up wholeheartedly, not just for others, but for myself. Put the oxygen mask on yourself first so
Yes.
you can help
Yes.
other people. And it seems as if it's more profitable to go ahead and put it on the younger people, but you'll find out who can also put the oxygen mask on their own selves. And that way
Hmm.
now it's less people that you now have to go and help or render aid to. So, yo, just be show up, queens,
That's
queens, queens,
powerful.
queens. Adam named us womb man. God called us help. Show up as help. Everybody love when help arrives. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. It was such an honor and a blessing.
It
My
was an
king,
honor to be in here. Thank you. And it
yes,
was an
queen.
honor meeting the both of you. This has been
Yes,
wonderful.
Likewise.
And I am looking forward to December. Oh my
yes.
goodness. I'm gonna be I'm just gonna be waiting. So thank you for that invitation.
You're absolutely, man. It's gonna be an amazing time. I can't wait to have you here, guys. We're out of here. Rock Truth, no matter the consequences. Rock Truth, absolutely nothing at all. We ain't got no options. We up out of here.
Nope.
Peace.
We gon' rock
Peace.
the truth, or absolutely nothing. Rock truth. Conversations fuel the mind, they current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth. We gon' rock the truth. Or absolutely nothing. Rock truth. Conversations fuel the mind. They current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth.